Hey there. Well, it's been a few years since I did a rendition of Advanced Holistic Mandolin Refinery, but I thought it's time. It's time to jump back in and give the people what they're asking for, and that is, answers to the question of how do I get my mandolin operating optimally? How do I get it where it needs to be? So. Tonight's installment, and I think this is the fourth or fifth one, we're going to talk about what not to do, all right? And I hear this a lot. I hear like, oh, I wonder what a mandolin would sound like if it didn't have frets, like a violin. And it's like, no, I don't wonder. It sounds stupid. It's dumb, okay? You may as well just pick up a violin and just pluck it all night and call it bluegrass or whatever. It's just not right. But don't take my word for it. I already went through the effort of demonstrating this for you. So what I did was I took my personal mandolin and I decided to refret it. What I did was I removed the old frets, and that's these guys. Check this out. They have a cool sound. Kind of sound like change running down the street during the rainstorm. So I took those old frets off, and I thought, hey, I may as well string this sucker back up with just the fret slots there. So now one thing we can say, because we know how particularly we like to get, will these slots in the fretboard impact the tone? And absolutely, yeah. That's a 23 thousandths of an inch kerf. Certainly that's got to be a resonance for something that's going to be void now. So of course this is going to affect the tone. Just having the holes there, I could fill them in with glue, but eventually I'm going to put frets back in it. But anyway, this is this is what the fretboard looks like when it's almost ready for new frets. I got to do a little bit more shining up and whatnot. But anyway, I thought curious minds deserve an answer. So this one, open strings, you just have a pretty standard mandolin sound. Here's the open G chord with no frets. Here's a C. Here's a D. Ah! So the number one problem with this is your finger's not going to hit the right spot, even if it's right over the fret. Or like here. Now you have to intonate. You don't have to do that when there's frets there. They just take care of that for you. You're getting into fiddle world. And it's, no one wants to intonate. No mandolin player wants to do that. They want the math to work it out for them. And it does. That's why God gave us frets. So anyway, you do get that cool pizzicato, whatever that. But it sounds really bad if you try and mix an open string and closed positions. That sounds all right. The bends are cool. Okay, so it's not terrible, but check this out. The Eddie Vedder tune, Rise. It sounds terrible. It's terrible. If you try and get to like closed chords, like here's a C. bad. It's a bad idea. Don't do it. God made mandolins with frets, so that's what we ought to have. Maybe you want to put a bow on there and play the fiddle. That's fine. You know, just get a fiddle. That's not mandolins. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you gained some sense of clarity around the subject of why do we have frets at all. We do because they're right. Okay, take care.